Okay, so here we are officially starting this training. I'm Melissa. Those who don't know me, I probably should introduce myself. I'm your Senior Executive Director. I've been with 31 for 10 years in July. And if you are experiencing something in your business, I can almost guarantee you that I have experienced it as well. And I don't mean that to be braggy, because I'm not really talking about the braggy-like things. I'm talking about the raw and the real, the frustrations, the like, should I quit? I've been there. Feeling discouraged, feeling disappointed, feeling burnout, feeling just, ugh, feeling all of those feelings. If you are currently feeling that, or you felt it in the past, just know that I'm right there with you. I've been there and I've worked through it, and I can help you guys work through it as well. Okay. So the first thing you have to do is you have to get real with your emotions and become aware of where you're at. So if that is you, the first thing you have to do is admit that's where you're at, because as long as you're like just pushing it down, and trying not to think about it, it's still there. You have to figure out how to move beyond it. And to do that, you got to face it. That's free, folks. That is, that goes for everything in life, not just 31 related. Okay, so how do you get sales? How do you gain new customers? So a lot of us, raise your hand if you find yourself constantly getting orders from the same people over and over. Anyone? Okay. That's the answer I thought I would get, and that's why I wanted to do this Zoom. So good news, guys. I have some ideas for you. So everyone who just had their hand raised, I know you're going to be taking notes. Okay, so I want to challenge you to do these things. And yes, I'm using notes because I'm pretty sure the older I get, the more ADD I am, and then I get on these little rabbit trails. Before you know it, we're talking about something like Bachelor in Paradise, and not what I'm trying to talk to you about. Okay, so I am using notes. So these are the 4 things that we're going to talk about. Number 1, stop being salesy. Number 2, be more than the 31 brand. Number 3, making an impact. And number 4, growing your following. Okay, now some of this that I'm going to tell you guys, like, I don't know if I should tell you this now or later. You're going to be like, this doesn't apply to me. And so I want you to think outside the box, because you may think it doesn't apply to you, but I guarantee you it can apply to every single one of you, whether you're in this business just to get amp with your $100 in sales a month, or if you're wanting to sell thousands of dollars a month, or if you're wanting to do all the things. This will help you. Okay, so the number 1, stop being salesy. I saw something today that I was like, oh my gosh, that's what this call is on. And this is exactly what I'm wanting to talk about. I don't know if anyone saw it, but just in case you didn't, we're going to still talk about it today. So some of these things, raise your hand or give me a thumbs up if you, in the last month, have said somewhere on social media or Facebook, I've been challenged to. Anyone? Have you said I've been challenged to? Okay, I need you to. Please help me. I just need one more. So the one thing about all of those things is that it's all about you. It's not about your customers. It's not about, it might be about your hostess. And here's the thing. I don't want to tell you that you should never do those things, because I do think that if you do it not very often, your people will want to help you. However, if you find yourself doing that on a regular basis, my guess is your VIP group is like crickets. They're not engaged, they're not commenting, they're just like, it's just not there, and you're not getting sales from it. And again, some people will take you up on it every once in a while, but if you're constantly doing the same thing over and over and over, it's not going to work forever. And I want to give you some better ideas than doing that. All right. So doing that's going to make everyone check out. I want to help you flip the script, and by doing that, create energy around your post. So, example, I've been challenged to sell for All About the Benjamin wallets. So sometimes when we do those, or I like challenge you guys, which I rarely do this, I know some leaders do, but instead of like actually being vocal and saying, I've been challenged to sell for wallets, put that up here and say, okay, what can I do to sell for wallets? And then start brainstorming all the ideas. Okay, we can use it like this. I can share a photo here. I can reach out to these people who might need a new wallet. It would make a great gift. Who can I reach out to who might need to buy a gift? You know what I'm saying? Like, think those things through and then share that. I know for the Benjamin wallet, some of the things that I've loved showing, especially right now, that you're going to be able to personalize it in September. That's something that would help you sell for wallets of the All About the Benjamin. People using it for the envelope system. It works really well for that. I have a lot of people that use it for the envelope system. All the different features, the fact that phones fit in there. There's so many different ways. So focusing on those things will help. You want to show them why they will love it, how it will save them money possibly, and make it fun. So another example, if you're in my VIP group, you know I just did that flash sale. So some of you guys, and I've done this in the past too, and this time I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it a little differently. So I made an entire party out of that post. I sold way more than $400 worth, and honestly, I was really worried that all of my people were going to be shopped out. I thought there's no way. They just bought everything from the outlet sale. Why would they buy from me right now? Check your thoughts, because that right there, like if I wasn't to like push through that and I would have just assumed that they weren't going to purchase anything, then I would not have even earned that wallet that they gave us for free for doing $400. So definitely check your thoughts, but then put it out there. Hey guys, and this is what I said, instead of being like, flash sale, I'm trying to earn a wallet, you know, which some people will do, not knocking you. I'm just saying there might be a better way. Instead of doing that, I said, hey, like I didn't even mention that I was trying to earn a wallet. But I said, I just found a super fun way that could save you guys a ton of money. Is anyone interested? I said something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But when I said it like that, then people were like, you know, then I said yes or no. Are you shopped out? Are you not shopped out? Let me know. If you guys are interested, I'll share these deals. Guess what? Y'all, I didn't have 15 people say yes, yes, yes. I had, I think, 2 people who were like, give me all the deals. And so when they said that, I was like, okay, perfect. 2 said that you want it, we'll make it work. And so then I decided to make it a party. So I created the event, I showcased each item, I made it fun, I did a giveaway. It was never about me, it was always about them saving money and having fun. And I always do a giveaway. I am known, and we're gonna talk about this again in a second, but I am known for, like, my goal is to save my hostesses and my customers as much money as I possibly can. Like, they know they're going to get that from me. If I can figure out a way to save them money, by golly, I'm going to save them money, because I don't like to pay full price for anything. I don't want them to pay full price for anything. Okay. How are we doing so far? Should I have laid off the caffeine? Number 2, be more than your 31 brand. And this is something that I've talked about over the years. I haven't always necessarily been the best at it personally, or so I didn't think. But then I found out, oh my gosh, like, this is what people know me for. And so I want to ask you these questions. What are you passionate about? What are you known for in your business and personally? So, like, hold on. This cough just lingers, I'm telling you. I've had it for like 2 weeks before conference and it's still here. Okay. What are you passionate about? What are you known for in your 31 business and in life? All right. So when you think about that, you might be like, gosh, I don't know. And when I started asking people, like, what is it that I'm like known for? When you think of me, what do you think of? Do you guys know what everyone said? Keeping it real. That's what almost everybody said. Melissa keeps it real. She's authentic. You know, she doesn't try to hide, like she's just like us. So that is something that seems so vague that I would have totally missed it if I wasn't really digging deep in, because to me that seems so generic, but it's not, because that is what relates me to my customer. All right, so I want you to think for a minute who your ideal customer is. I know the 31 brands customer. Like, I can tell you a little bit about her. We've done a lot of research on this. And if you want to write some of these things down, great. Your customer may be different than the entire company's customer, but I'm going to share with you some of those. So he is between the age probably 25 to 60, and these are off the top of my head. I don't have these written down. They probably are written down somewhere in notes from 5 years ago. But I would say she's between the age of 25 and 60. Not saying that people older don't shop, not saying people younger don't shop, but that's the ideal, in this bracket. She shops at Target. She might love Walmart if you don't have a Target, because I don't have a Target. And now I'm learning, she loves TJ Maxx. She loves monogramming mostly, unless you're not from the South and y'all don't monogram, and we're working on that, right? She does multiple things. She loves to give back, possibly. Teachers, nurses, those are huge for our brand. So think about it for you. I'm going to go through now mine personally, okay? This is where I feel like my niche is. And again, I have a lot of customers, but these are the ones that spend the most money with me, okay? I love you guys. Now, some of you guys who are like, I was your customer and now I'm on your team and I'm learning all of this. So my customer, and I learned this accidentally. I didn't do this intentionally, but this is who I found out who it is. So she is older. She probably has grandchildren. She might be retired, or she does a lot of volunteer work. And she might be a little lonely. Those are some things that I have noticed when I really kind of dig in to my customer. Like, those are the things, like, I feel like she loves me because I will talk to her. I'm more like a friend than whatever. But hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. Do I need to go into this more? Are you like, is it kind of making your wheels turn? So you're like, oh, yeah, I got it. Good. Okay. So, ask yourself, who has money to spend? I will tell you straight up, for me, who it is not. It isn't those with babies and toddlers. Those are not my customers. However, they are my team. How many of you have babies or toddlers? Yeah, because y'all need money. When I was, I feel like most young moms need a little extra money for those diapers and stuff. And so you have to think about who you're targeting when, whether it's for a customer or for a team member and building your team. Make it easy for customers to know you and share why they should use you. So this is kind of what your goal should be. When someone says, hey, I really need a new gift, you want it to be like, oh, you should call my friend Melissa. She's gonna give you a great deal and give you a ton of ideas, blah, 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 blah. You see that? Or a realtor who's looking for closing gifts. You could be like, you want that friend to be like, oh my gosh, my girl can hook you up. Think about those things that you want to be known for, and you need just, kind of, you guys are going to have to brainstorm on some of these. It's not going to click right away, and that's okay. But this is just to kind of get your brain thinking bigger than just the people that you know. We've done, we have like 31 ways to get outside of your circle, and this is like another way of kind of figuring that out. Because you really want your current customers to refer you to their friends. So what are you doing to help them want to refer you to their friends? Used to, I thought it was just as simple as a referral gift. I don't think it's as simple as that. I don't even normally do referral gifts. I would, but I normally don't think about it, and they don't ask, and so, I kind of forget. So I don't think that's as important as them just being relatable, or, finding that niche that's going to help people know you and remember you, all right? What's going to make you stand apart from all the other consultants? That's really what it comes down to. There might be, and I know I've talked about this in the past, but there might be 4 different gas stations close to you that you could go get gas, or 2 different McDonald's. How do you decide which one you're going to go to? For some people, it might be the cheapest gas. For me, it's never going to be the cheapest gas. It's going to be the most convenient, the easiest to get into, and maybe their customer service. And I only say that because there are some that they never had their sign updated, and I refuse to go there. Like, you would never even know how much gas was. Like, their machines were outdated and old, and I hate it. Like, I avoided that gas station unless I was on E. But same thing with McDonald's. Who's the friendliest? Who's the most fun when you go to, they may not even get your order right, but they're always nice. They're always friendly. They're always fun. When you go to McDonald's, I don't know anyone that goes there because they just really like their food. My McDonald's, honestly, here cannot even get hot fries. It's bad. We go there because it's convenient. All right. Number 3, making an impact. And this is where I really want to sit for a moment. Using your voice for good. I'm going to give you a lot of ideas, and some of these are going to help you create an impact, and some of these are just fun. So here are some that I thought of. And this is really just to help you get your name out there and to know people. I know we have teachers on here. Teacher tips or teacher jokes, teacher fun things, like sharing those with other teachers because y'all get each other, right? Or parenting tips from the teacher because every parent wants to know the inside scoop. Like, how many times, especially at the beginning of the school year, I'm like, does the teacher want me to label all of these things? Are these more probably going to be like grouped together and community pile? Or am I supposed to label every pencil? You see where I'm going with this? Like, or best advice for teachers, or, just the sarcastic humor to relate parent to teacher, like all those fun things. Same thing with nurses. Because again, nurses and teachers is a big customer base for us. Parenting tips. If you're older, I'm sure you have some advice you could give to the younger mamas like me, who's parenting teenagers right now. Parenting toddlers, all of those things, funny things, just things that are going to relate to other people that's more than just selling products. Some of you guys might be like strong believers. You could do something on like Bible verse of the day, funny Bible things, church related things, or how to, I don't know, anything like that. I'm just giving you guys ideas. Share on a topic you know a lot about. For me, it was just being real. Sharing the funny things, like I was singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in the middle of the summer because it's the only song I know how to sing and know all the words, and my kid took a video of it and texted it to all of my contacts, or not all of them, but most of them. And so then I uploaded it and said, seriously, y'all, if you got this video, enjoy. You know, just make it fun. Because life is hard, and anything we can do to make it fun and light, I think people can take in that. The other thing, though, is using your voice for good, and that is talking about some things that might be scary, vulnerable, and hard. The things that you don't want to talk about because it's hard to talk about, but you know that other people could hear you say those things and say, me too. I struggle with that also. For me, that's anxiety, that's depression. You? What are you? Any kind of things like that, if that makes sense. So I want you to think bigger. Reality TV was another thing. So I'm a reality TV junkie, and I would hide that fact because I was a little bit of ashamed. And then I realized that I have all kinds of people that also really like reality TV, and I don't have to be ashamed of it anymore. Big brother, just saying. Okay, so number 4, grow your following. If you share content related to your ideal customer, you want to make it shareable. So, and you can do these through your main Facebook page. If it's not salesy, put it on your main page and put it public so that when people find you, they'll see it and it can be shared, okay? So you can also create a business page. I gave a lot of these ideas to Tori Seiler. I'm not sure if she's on here yet. I think I told her that this call was pretty much going to be everything I had already talked to her about. Maybe not, I can't remember. But I talked to Tori about this, and Tori had like Tori's Tote Tribe. And I challenged her to change her business page name to Tori's Tribe because she could make it bigger and like she can segment it. So she's got this bigger platform, and then part of it is her 31 stuff. And so that just sets her up for, it's like a funnel that we talked about at conference. Like it's bringing more people in, and then those that you get in, once they like, know, and trust you, they might be like, oh, you know, I got it back. Didn't you say you saw 31? Like, let me know about that. And occasionally you sprinkle in some 31 stuff on your main page or on your business page, and that's going to bring people into that VIP group. Y'all with me? Or is this helping you?
062. Round over.
People can buy from anyone. Why should they buy from you? Think about that for a minute. People want to do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. What are you doing to help people get to know you, help people trust you, and help people get to know you? I'm going to share this real quick. Y'all know our team name is LOL, right? How many of you thought it was laugh out loud? Do you guys know that it's not laugh out loud? It's live out loud. And in that, our mission really is to live bravely and victoriously, making an impact on those around us. That is our team mission. And that is exactly what I really want to challenge all of you guys to do. I want to challenge you to just think bigger. Think of how 31 can be a platform for you to share your voice. I'm going to get really real. This is not in my notes right now, and I don't want to be preachy. But I do know that, you know, whether you're a believer or you're not a believer, we all have a voice that God has given us. I believe God gave it to us. And this is a time for us to rise up, use our voice for good, and encourage people. You guys know depression is at an all-time high. Anxiety is at an all-time high. There are so many things that people are struggling with. And the internet is huge. That is like this platform we can use, and a lot of us are not using it in a way that could make a positive impact. They're like, the glass ceiling is broken when it comes to that. We no longer can only network with the people that are right here in front of us or in our little town. We can network with everybody. What do you have on your heart that you feel you could be talking about or sharing about, encouraging somebody, making an impact, that you could use the internet to get that word out. I know some of you guys are going to be like, that is hard, that is scary, and I am not there. I'm not. It's a process. And it may be hard and scary, but I want to challenge you guys, and I'm going to give you some other ideas too. Fostering. Some of you guys are foster moms. Some of you guys are passionate about adoption. Some of you guys may be passionate about talking about sexual abuse, trying to think, violence, marriage. There are so many different things that we could be talking about, maybe just getting out of debt. Like, there are so many things that you guys are skilled in, passionate about, and I really think that for some reason we put 31 in this box where we think that it's only about 31. We think that like 31, we can only talk about 31. That isn't true. And we need to like blur that line and realize that it can all fit together. I feel like I'm rambling now. Let me know how I'm doing.
57.
Let me know how I'm doing. Amy just gives me a thumbs up. Are you guys okay? Okay. So start thinking about questions that you want to ask. I'm going to close real quick. I'm trying to keep this short, sweet, simple, so we can open it up and have a little bit of a dialogue. I know that this is going to seem super like, I don't know. I'm trying to like put myself in your shoes. It might be intimidating. Maybe you're not ready to share your voice. Guys, I want to challenge you guys to be a part of a book study that I'm going to be doing. Yes, shameless plug. I don't make any money off of this, but there's this book that I'm currently reading. It's called Becoming Brave: How to Think Big, Dream Wildly, and Live Fear-Free. Because I do think that a lot of times what's holding us back from sharing and using our voice for good is fear. It may be the way we were raised. It might be a traumatic experience. It might be anxiety. It might just be like all this hurt or struggles that you've had in the past or you're currently having. The best way to get through that is by taking a step forward. And you may not be ready to go out there and share your voice, but what you could do is take that tiny little step and be open to learning more on how to do it. And that's where this book comes into play. It's called Becoming Brave. I'm going to be doing a book study. There's two ways to get this. Obviously, for you guys who are consultants, you're just going to order the book. And then I will put you in a group and we will dialogue about it. I'm doing this for my customers too. Again, I want to show you how this can be parallel, okay? So you guys are consultants, so you're just going to buy the book. For me personally, I created a bag with a quote from the book, and I'm going to let people get the book, or they can purchase like a deluxe kit, and it's going to have like a pen, maybe a little notebook, a bookmark, and a bag. And obviously I'm going to earn PV off that, and they're going to get a 31 bag and see that 31 is amazing, et cetera, right? And so in this study, what we will do is we'll probably have some Zooms, but in the end of each chapter, there are questions that, hold on. Yeah, for further reflection. There's like 4 questions. And so we can really, yeah, I'll open the book up again. We can really kind of dive in deep with the questions and really be vulnerable. Here's the name of the book.
074.
Can you see it? Is it backwards for you? Okay.
069.
It's called Becoming Brave. There's a couple of different books about being brave. This is by Tracy Mitchell. And you'll be hearing me talk about this a lot, but I really do think, yeah, it's cheap on Amazon, but I couldn't get free shipping. So after shipping, it's a little bit more. It's probably about $9, but it's such a good book. And it really talks about everything. I mean, it talks about someone going through getting pregnant accidentally. It talks about someone with cancer, someone who cheated on their husband. Sound like big, heavy issues in this book that basically it's about how, and it does come from a biblical perspective. So I do want to give you a heads up. So if you're like totally ain't about that, you should know that ahead of time that it is a biblical perspective. But the book is so good. It is just, it's like she's just, I don't know. I'm going to read you one little part and then I'm moving on. I am confident we women can dry our tears, lift our heads, double our fists, and come up swinging, fearlessly confronting every challenging situation and recovering what has been lost. In fact, I am certain we can emerge stronger and wiser when we learn to rise victoriously above our experiences, not just survive them. So it's about rising above instead of just getting through it. And I think that's super passionate. Just amazing. And then the fact that the word victoriously is in here, those of you who've been with me for a really long time, our team name used to be Victoriously Living Out Loud. And then I took the victoriously off. I thought it was a little extra. So we're just now the Live Out Loud team. So then it says, so in this book, I'm going to challenge you to bypass the quicksand of self, and I'd never even heard this before, self-defeatism. It's a consuming pit, one that's hard to escape, but I promise to steer you away from the lies of the enemy who seek to convince you that you're disqualified from receiving God's favor or blessings. I refuse, okay, hold on, last part. Nothing makes me want to hurl my coffee cup across the room more than seeing someone full of potential fall victim to the spirit of frustration. I refuse to let you go out this way. I decree that you will not stay paralyzed and powerless. Grief, loss, and devastation will not consume you. Acts of betrayal, slander, and injustice stand no chance of derailing your destiny. Bitterness and burnout will be dethroned as you stand your ground and face life with confidence and assurance. That is this book, and I'm super excited about it. I think it'll be a great baby step into sharing your story. If you want to partner with me and do this book together, let me know. Lastly, I also want to invite you to participate in a training, one more training that's coming up. Going to be about casting your vision for your business. And I want you to think it, some of you guys will be like, I know what my why is. How many of you would be like, my why is my family. My why is to be able to stay home with my kids, right? I want to take you deeper than that. Beth Nichols and I are working together on this training. That's going to be amazing. The way it's going to look and play out is there will be an event set up where you can participate, and then there will be some questions that's just going to prompt you to dig deeper and think bigger and think beyond the I just want to stay home with my kids, or I want extra money, I want fun money. You know, it's going to help you think a little bit bigger than that. I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing in just a second. Something I've been wanting to do anyway. And to be honest, I'm going to tell you, I honestly first told her no, I didn't want to do it. Y'all want me to tell you why I didn't want to do it? Because I was worried. I'm being super real with y'all right now. I was super worried it was going to be distracting and just a bunch of adults playing crafts and not be beneficial to your business or your life. That's what I thought. And Beth was like, no, Melissa. And then the more I got thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? The exercise itself is like digging deeper into what you really, really want. Sharing your story, those powerful words that kind of just make you want to show up. And so I have this, and this I'm going to show you guys real quick. B11. 38. I have been wanting something staring back at me for a while that just kind of reminds me of all the things that I need to be reminded of. And for me, it's not necessarily a whole lot of like cutouts of, you know, paper that, you know, a beach trip or whatever. Although Hawaii will be on there because I want to take my kids to Hawaii for Elijah's graduation present. But what I want is like all of those phrases that make me remember who I am in Christ. And so that's what I want to put on that board and the impact that I want to make. So I'm reminded of that. So that training is going to be coming up. It's really just a way to help you share your story, hit your goals, see your vision come full circle. And again, afterwards, we will actually do a Zoom. And the Zoom will be you actually creating it. So it'll be creating some community, hanging out on Zoom like we are right now. Won't be a whole lot of talking. It'll just be like us working, and then we can kind of share throughout if you want to say something. But that I think will be super fun, and that'll be coming up towards the end of this month, maybe the beginning of September. So now I'm going to open it up for questions. Gosh, I feel like I've talked so much. Let me know if you have questions. Anything that I spoke about that you're unclear on, anything you need to talk about in general.
I-27. B9.
You guys can unmute yourself. Do you want me to unmute all of you? Or do you know how to unmute yourself?
52.
Barbara Burnett says, what's the name of the book? I would like to be in the book club. I can't see any of this on phone, could not get on the Zoom. I'm assuming you're on with your phone number. It's called Becoming Brave by Tracy Mitchell. I'll send you a picture.
E50.
And I'll post this too.
I-20.
Okay. Anyone have any questions?
B7.
Did I overwhelm you? Was it too much information? Say something. You guys have ideas? Do you need to know some ideas for sharing and finishing August strong? Do you need help figuring out how to tell customers who are ticked off because shipping is taking too long? Did you guys get that email from me today? Nothing. Y'all good? I can go watch Big Brother now because I don't think it was on today, but it was on yesterday and I haven't watched it yet. Stephanie, you unmuted.
I did. I'm good.
Maybe you are still muted. I thought it looked like you were unmuted. You're unmuted on my end. You might be muted on your end.
Nope, I'm not muted.
I can't hear you. Does anyone want examples of like how you could do things differently? Does anyone need examples? I feel like maybe I just overwhelmed you. Now I'm worried, y'all. You're being too quiet.
You still can't hear me?
Ready? Go.
I need to absorb all the information first.
I can't hear you either.
Oh.
Maybe my phone, my computer's muted. Oh my gosh. I can't make this up.
Wow.
G53.
What? I can hear you. It was like no, like you must be muted. No, it's me. I had you all muted. Okay, so any questions now? Sorry, guys.
I think she said that she just needs to absorb all of the information first.
Okay. Who said that?
I did.
Okay.
Annika.
Do you see the
I
parallel?
didn't see the name.
Do you see the parallel on how you can use like social media and your platform to kind of put things together so it's not just you selling 31 all the time? You guys see that parallel?
Mm-hmm.
And 31.
I've been trying to be more intentional.
Can I call you out for a minute, Stephanie?
Yeah.
I love you, but I'm going to use you as an example real quick.
Okay.
Okay. So Stephanie is a great example on one thing I saw you do, and I was like, girl, no, don't do that. Okay, so Stephanie, when it came to your pink ticket, I saw this, and I may have missed some of it. If I did, I apologize. But I saw
Okay.
you sharing your pink ticket, saying, I've got a pink ticket. Who wants my pink ticket? And you aren't the only one. I saw multiple people saying that. Join my team. Who wants to join my team? And so sharing those stories that we learned at conference, getting vulnerable and sharing would be way more beneficial in that situation to get your pink ticket taken. So instead of just being like, who wants to join my team? Who wants this enrollment kit for $31? Instead, sharing a story that's going to connect someone to the sisterhood, connecting someone to the money, connecting someone to getting more confidence. Those are ways that may have went a little bit further for you instead of just showing the pink ticket. And you're not the only, I think it was you. It may not have even been you, but I know I saw that from a few people. And I just feel like if we really need to do a better job of sharing the stories.
No, I shared my story individually with two of the people that I thought were going to take the pink ticket, but they didn't. But they understood why I actually do what I do. And this person could kind of relate to somewhat of my situation that was going on. And that they thought that it could help them also, but they didn't get the money in time in order to join. So they didn't join. Otherwise, they would have.
Gotcha. Did you ever think to share your story more open?
I have it on my business page, and I have done it also in my VIP group. So
Okay.
they all know.
Are you funneling people in regularly to get to join your group? Because you guys, your VIP groups, like you should make it a goal to add to that every single month. Like write down at the end of August, you have this many people in your group. You want to make a goal to add 10, or I'm just throwing a number out there, and make it a goal every month to add to that so you're getting new people in regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to remember, and it's seriously sometimes like throwing balls up. You have to remember that you have new people coming in. Have you introduced yourself? When was the last time they heard your story? How do, like those kind of things. You have to constantly you almost can do and I have to do it with you guys too on our team. Like sometimes someone just asked, when are you going to do a recruiting training? I was like, gosh, I feel like we just did that. It was February 2018. That's the last time we did a recruiting training. But it seems to me like we just did one. But how many new consultants do we have since February 2018? A lot. So we have to constantly be going in a circle. And the thing is, though, when you get good at it, and if you can plan it out, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can almost be like a repeat circle. You talk about this month you talk about this month you talk about this, you repeat it. And then you just add in change it up a little bit. Where are you adding the new people from? To your VIP group? So you're adding people to your VIP group. For the record, I'm so glad you asked that so I can clarify you're not randomly adding 10 people. Just in case you did not know that, don't ever do that. Don't just randomly add new people to your VIP group. You want to do this through being super intentional, meeting people outside, new contacts, through parties, making sure that you're funneling people from the party into your VIP group, whether you're doing home parties or you're doing Facebook parties, you're doing texting parties. Make sure you're sharing that link to your VIP group so that they have an opportunity to join your VIP group. And make sure that you have a little commercial ready for why they should be in your VIP group. I always say you're going to get the best deals ever in my VIP group. It's fun. I'm always doing giveaways. Those are some of the things that I always say to get people to say yes to my VIP group. Who doesn't want giveaways? Who doesn't want the best deals ever? Nobody that I know of. So that's why they should join your VIP group. So kind of have that generic infomercial for why they should join your VIP group, and mention that all the time. If you are working to get new, you're getting friend requests, regularly, and you should be, you guys, you should be meeting people online, especially those of you who are introverts and you don't want to talk to people in public. You should be using social media for that. And to do that, that means that you don't want to friend random people. I am not telling you to do that. Do not do that. Super icky, super spammy, and that is not the 31 way. So I'm not telling you to do that. What I'm saying is find. Say what? 803-640-0157. You were talking. What were you saying?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say anything.
Is it Sherry?
No, it's Barbara. I'm sorry.
Barbara, I'm going to mute you back, okay?
That is fine.
I thought she was trying to talk to me. She's a new consultant also who's totally rocking her business. So finding ways, and again, this is depending on how you want to do your business. If you're okay just selling to the same people over and over and over, first of all, know that eventually they're going to burn out and they're not going to be buying from you regularly. So have a plan for that if that's the case. But if not, you should be finding ways to meet new people. My focus this year is to promote, and I have a few ladies that need lots of encouragement and coaching. Don't want to funnel people away from them. How do you balance that? So you mean like my friend Barbara, who was a customer of mine, who just became a consultant? How do I keep, do the funneling? I let her have her own customers, and the people that are more likely to buy for her, I encourage them to shop with her. And it's my job as a leader, and for anyone who wants to be a leader, for you to work harder, because you're in it to win it more than a new consultant most of the time. Not always, but most of the time. A new consultant is not going to be in it to win it right away. Whereas if you're wanting to promote to director, you should start getting used to that, and just go on and start figuring out ways to meet new people. Always. You got to always be meeting new people. Let me just be clear that you can work your business and be successful for quite some time with the people that you have, but you will probably end up burnt out, because eventually they're probably going to be burned out. They're going to have shopped out. Normally in 10 years, I have kind of seen where this group of people buys, and then they take a break. And then when they take a break, there's another group of people that buy, and then they take a break. And then these people, then they are ready to buy more. So then they buy, and it kind of goes like that. So there's this ebb and flow constantly going. I hope that answers your question. This is my first full month, and it's all good stuff for me to directing how to build my business in myself. Yeah, I really want you guys to know, this business, it really can be more self-development than just selling some bags if you want it to be. Mary says examples would be great. Give me some ideas. What do you want examples of? Because I missed that comment at the very, when you said that. Examples. I will tell you, I don't know exactly what you mean, but I'll give you an example on what I think you mean. So if you guys notice, I have the Real Talk Tribe page. And that is a page that I'm using for more than just 31, but through that, I'm getting new people, and then they will hear about 31 later. It's really just finding people. And so through that page, some of the things I've been doing is a live on What Not to Do Wednesday. And I've talked about everything from how to talk to your kids about sex, how not to talk to your kids about sex, how not to blow up on people when they make you mad. I can't remember all the others, but you get the idea. You could be like saving Saturday and how to save money. You can think of all kinds of things. He says, adding to my customer group. Okay, I put that already. Gotcha. All right, any other questions? You guys can unmute if you want to. I just overwhelm you more. Hey, Tina,
Okay.
in your face. Wendy.
I have a question. Yeah.
Mhm.
I came in, I missed the first like 15 minutes of your thing. I'm sorry. The first 10 minutes, I looked at the clock and went, oh no.
Happens to me all the time.
Oh, good. Anyway, still trying to get my business going. I have a bridal fair next month. I'm getting all my stuff together for that. I want to do a fundraiser for a local, it's called First Look Pregnancy Center. And they concentrate on getting these pregnant mamas to keep their babies instead of abortion. They're trying to push them away from, or should I say, pull them away from abortion.
Yeah. They try to father them to keep their, like, so they are willing to keep their baby, right?
Yeah, but they also get the baby daddies involved.
Okay.
They drag them in as well because they said it took two of you. This belongs to both of you. It's not just one or the other.
Okay.
So they were doing that anyway. When they go through the program, they decide to keep the baby and all that stuff. They get to go in their little shopping thing and they can pick up supplies for the babies and stuff. And I want to do a fundraiser, but I want to supply the bags. And the one that they took that they liked was the, oh great, I just went blank on it.
Zip top?
Not the zip top. It's the, just a little organizer.
Oh, the all-in organizer?
Organizer, yeah, they're $20. So how I would like to get my city involved in it. I'm going to do it on my Facebook page and just tell them, hey, this is what I want to do. Anybody interested? And then I'll shoot them over to my VIP page or my joy that has all my 31 stuff on it.
I have some great ideas for you. Like, I'm ready. Are you ready? Okay, so first things first, there are a couple different ways I've seen this done. And the one thing I will tell you is stories sell. So you can ask for sponsorships, which is what I'm assuming you're going to do. You figure out a price and be like, okay, set a goal, how many you want to have sponsored, and then you share stories. And so if this is something that's close to your heart, which I'm assuming it is, if it's something you want to do, figure out a story, find a story that's going to connect to people, kind of tug at their heart and help them be a part of this and want to be a part of it. So maybe from a story of someone who could have chose abortion but didn't, or kind of touching. Another way to touch is like some people are busy and you always acknowledge the elephant in the room. Write that down, y'all, if you have never written that down, because I say it all the time. Acknowledge the elephant. So sometimes people want to figure out ways to help because they really want to help, but they don't have time to help. Listen, you would say, I am willing to do all the work. I just need your money, honey. And so give me some money and help us do this. And then let them know, like, you can get your kids involved and give them some information on that company, but the story is most important. Because I have seen, you can post two different examples. Tell me which ones you're going to want to support more. Someone who posts a fancy graphic that somebody created and spent way too long creating that, you know, it's like $30, you know, has a picture of these cute things that's going in a bag, and they post it and say, who wants to sponsor a bag? Okay. That took a lot of time for them to come up with the graphic, all that, blah, 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 blah. They post that. Who wants to sponsor a bag? All right. So there's that. Or you can share a story and then say, this is my goal, and who would want to help me? Or who wants to help, you know, partner with me on this project? You're gonna get a way better result sharing the story, right? because it's tugging at the heart, it's tugging at their emotions, it's getting that buy-in. You know, think of the Super Bowl commercials. The Super Bowl commercials that we remember and love the most of the time is all of those things that are connected to the stories. You went to conference, Wendy, so I know you know some of the remember us talking about that. But it's so true. The story is what's going to connect people, and you're going to have to share more than once. Sometimes you might just post once and you'll think, oh, you know, nobody's posting anything. Nobody's commenting. Sometimes they just don't see it. So you have to post it multiple times. You have to share possibly multiple stories. You could go live. Have you went live yet? No?
Not really.
So you've done it once. Like you can share on your main Facebook page, but something like straight from the heart. You can share in your VIP group. You can email all of your contacts in your back office. You can text people. You can partner, like encourage people to, there's so many different stories you can tell. Like maybe like involving kids. So it's a project between a mom and daughter. You know, like just think like outside the box, and the more you can share about it, the better it will be.
Okay. I did go live last night on our group page with Kara.
Yay! You got to start somewhere.
Huh?
I said you got to start somewhere.
I actually, I did go to the distribution center on Saturday.
You got to go to the distribution center?
An hour away from here. It was amazing. It was, I mean, I'm reading all these, you know, in all these different groups and stuff and a lot of people are really upset with the shipping and all of this stuff. And I got to tell you, they're working really, really hard. The training went a lot slower than they thought it would. It's a whole new system, whole new process from Columbus. So everybody's doing more. They're having a problem with people. They hired a lot of temps, and they had problems with they get them trained, and they'd start working. They work 4 hours and go, I don't want to work here, and they turn around, and walk away. So they were stuck having to hire another person and train another person. And but it's a wonderful facility. They're working really hard. The main person who's over all of it is individually going and pulling orders.
Lou?
Wow.
No, not Lou. It's it's the woman that's running the warehouse.
Gotcha.
Okay, she took us on the tour, and she is looking at the orders, and she says, if you've got orders that there's only 1, 2, 3 items, there's no personalization. She says she's working to get those out of the queue and boxed up and shipped. So they've had I can't remember. She said when they get going, that they're looking at each station will be able to process 1,100 orders a day.
Do you want to go live in the training group and share all this again for everyone? Because this is so insightful. This is information I don't even, like, I can't really share like personally like you can.
Yeah.
Because
but they're working really.
It's that connection. When people hear those stories, then they're like, okay, I get it now. It's like putting a human behind it.
Yeah, and they're working really hard. They have their regular shifts, plus they're asked to work one more additional shift during the week. They now have enough to where they're going to add a third shift. I think starting this week, they're going to add the third shift. So they'll be packaging and doing 24 hours. The embroidery, guys, gals, they have 1,195 embroidery machines in this place. They are amazing. I was watching them. They had it set up, and they're in like little pods, and there's like 6 there's 6 in a row and they're like back to back, but so there's like a little row in between. So you have, if you're walking down the middle, you've got 6 on one side, 6 on the other, and they've got one person for each 6 machine or each 12 machines. So they set up the first machine, put the merchandise in, make sure they have the right, I mean, it's a almost 12 weeks training just for the machine alone, just for the embroidery machine. The gentleman I had a chance to talk to said that he was, said it took 6 weeks before he felt comfortable to where he could do it on his own without having somebody watching him. That's
Wow.
how involved machines are. But I was watching them, and they kind of pop it in, put the whatever your thingy is, the colors of the thread, everything is programmed in, and then you set it up, and it's got it marked so it's centered like it's supposed to be, and you secure it, and you hit the button, and it starts sewing.
And it goes quick, right?
Not really. I mean, it goes quick, but it takes a little while for that machine to go through, because they were doing an S monogram, and first it goes, they do the top part here, and then they almost like a zigzag stitch around, and then they went back over it, and then they did they make the satin stitch to make it look like it's supposed to.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I was impressed. I looked at that machine and went, oh my God, Juanita would be so jealous.
I found out today that, did you guys know that on July 23rd, we had our biggest sales day ever in the history of 31. I knew it was big, but I don't think I had heard that it was like the biggest, absolute biggest ever.
Yeah.
So that's pretty huge. I also want to give you a little bit of insight also. I was trying to decide if I wanted to share this with you guys, but I think I'm going to share it with you guys. So I know you guys may sometimes wonder, like this shipping ordeal, like hopefully what Wendy said definitely helps you guys see the bigger picture and see the human behind the frustration, instead of just being frustrated at it. But I also want to tell you, like, Cindy has our back always. And some of you guys might be like, this is just ridiculous. Why did they do an outlet sale right at this time? They could see that an outlet sale was needed because they want all of us to earn that cruise. They want all of us to, leaders to hit numbers. They had so many who are in DIQ. They wanted them to hit numbers so they got their promotions, like all of those things. Like Cindy had to look at that and be like, okay, and I'm not speaking for her. This is just in my mind, like what I was thinking about, because I know how Cindy is. Like, you could not do the outlet sale and people won't hit numbers. People won't promote. They won't earn the boat, or give the outlet sale and have some frustrated customers, although I am guaranteeing they had no idea the outlet sale would be as big as it was. I don't think they could have prepared for that. Did they mention anything about that, Wendy?
They did.
What did they say?
The first day of the outlet sale, we sold 500,000 pieces. 500,000 pieces were sold the first day of that outlet sale.
Yeah.
So, and it was so funny because talking to the gal that does the shipping, and she was saying that they love when they do the outlet sales because they can get rid of merchandise, but they keep busy. They see all the stuff going out, and they're just saying, she says, and it's like, great. Then when they saw they were doing the outlet sale, she said their first reaction was, great, we're having an outlet sale. And all of a sudden she went, oh crap, we're having an outlet sale, because of the delays with the shipping and the problems that they're having. And she says a lot of it is human mistakes. They have a certain procedure, bringing merchandise in. They scan the pallet that comes in. They know what the merchandise is. They're supposed to look, and in the system tells them where to put it. Well, the problem is that they've had a few They have merchandise, but they don't know where it is. It got put in the wrong spot. So her and 5 other employees are personally going through every single shelf in that warehouse to make sure that the merchandise is where it's supposed to be. And they figure once they get all of that situated, because she says they have orders for merchandise and they know they have it, but they can't find it.
Kind of like when you move, like, I know
Pretty
I'm
much.
somewhere.
So, I mean, and she was very apologetic, but the everybody was that was working there. I mean, it was a Saturday, so it wasn't as full. Because most of them worked Monday through Friday, and that's when most of them work their hours. They now have a crew that works mostly weekends. But I was there during lunch, so they were just kind of starting to come back from lunch when we were going through. But the building was already there. They just had to do a little bit of rework on it, and they had to put in all of the tracks for all of the totes and stuff going from one area to the warehouse to the next. It was so funny because when they were standing there, they had a whole bunch of stuff coming off the conveyor loading into a truck. And they said that was the last of the orders from July 23rd and 24th. So those are on the truck. They left on the truck Saturday. Because I got mine today.
I'm sorry.
I know.
But you know what? You've had to wait how long in the past? Like, like when it was in Ohio, all the Ohio people got theirs super fast. It's your turn now, right?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, that this, and like they said, they're hoping to get Lou was at the warehouse on Friday with Cindy and her husband. They're both there.
Mm-hmm.
So they went through the warehouse. They got all the updates on what was going on, the processes, the glitches that are still happening. And she said they sat there for hours trying to figure out how they can get it improved and what they can do. Lou came through the same day. Oh no, he came through Saturday morning and he left before we got there. And he was heading back, and he was going to do an update for shipping, but it would take him a couple of days to get it up. They're going to post a new update on Tot. But by the second week of September, they're looking at 3 to 5 business days from the time they get the order into the time it's shipped.
Yeah.
Like I told the other group, chances are, starting in the second week of September, you put an order in on Monday, it's being shipped out on Friday.
Growing pains.
It is. I mean, they're working really, really hard, and everybody in the warehouse was thanking us because they told us, they said, without you doing what you're doing, we wouldn't be working.
Yeah.
But I told them, I says, yeah, but if you weren't doing what you're doing, we wouldn't be able to work either. So I told them, I said, it goes both ways.
Partnership.
It is. It's a partnership. And everybody, like I said, nobody was grumbling having to work on a Saturday. And
they're thankful for jobs.
They are. Thank you. They're thankful for the job.
They have a Y board there because in Ohio, they had a Y board where they had like all the Ys from the employees on a board. So it just, when we saw that.
We didn't go into the employee break room or anything like that. We went in to the room where all the embroidery machines are. They had a little place like they did at the at conference where they had that little, the walls were up, for where they had all the merchandise, all the items and stuff. Well, they had a TV set up, a couple TVs set up, and they had chairs set up, and they just did the empowerment. They had 3 consultants there that were talking about their stories, their whys, and how they came about and all that stuff. And they were very encouraging. And then after that, we just kind of walked around the wall and went into the embroidery room. Then we walked into the main warehouse where they were packaging all the merchandise. So we didn't get a complete tour of the whole facility.
Gotcha. Well, the one thing that I remembered that was very sobering for me was seeing their whys on that board to remind us that, yes, like we have our why, but they, like when we work our business and we sell bags, it's so much bigger. It's because it's impacting all of these lives, all their families' lives. And, it's like a ripple effect just from us selling one bag.
Right.
So I always loved seeing that. Maybe they'll put it up eventually over there because it was out so everyone could see it.
Yeah. Well, what's also kind of cool is that, and this is kind of neat because obviously they get merchandise. Sometimes they'll get merchandise that's damaged, a bag like a zipper is broken or it's not sewn right or whatever. And, they do an embroidery and it doesn't come out quite right. So they end up having to do it. And then she says they have a bin where they put all of this merchandise. And
Birthdays?
huh?
Are you talking about birthdays?
Sometimes they use them for birthdays. What they'll do is they put all this stuff in there, and then for the rewards and stuff, and they'll, like, maybe for birthday they can pick something out. Somebody came in and there was a bag that had, it was her initial on it, but it was a little bit crooked. So they couldn't really sell it. So they redid it, and she took the bag. She goes, "That's got my initial on. I'm going to take this one." They provide Gatorade and stuff for the employees. They've got those Otter Pops, popsicles that are in the plastic sticks. Okay, we call them Otter Pops here. Anyway, so I mean, the employees are being taken care of. They really are.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they've already had a few that have been promoted up already.
Wow. Do y'all have any questions for her or anything else that you guys want to talk? It's like 10:18, about 18 minutes past when I thought we would be finished. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. If you want to have questions for Wendy, she's a resource right now that I can't give you. So if you have questions about shipping or Texas, let me know while I have Wendy on here. Staring at the screens. Okay, we good. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys being on here live. I always think that it's better to be on here live because if you're like me, you plan on getting on the replays, but then life gets kind of busy and then you forget and you're like, you kind of forget about it and move on. So I love that y'all joined me live. I'm going to be downloading this probably to YouTube, and so you guys can share it with other people to be in the group. Hopefully you guys had fun. Share a takeaway in the event. If you have a takeaway, I really want other people to see that this was useful. And honestly, sometimes it's nice for me to know too that I didn't just waste an hour of my time. That y'all, it was good information for you. So I don't want to waste your time. So if there was something good, let me know, just to kind of encourage me too that, it was helpful. Not to be asking too much. But it does help me to know, like, yes, they need this information. No, they don't need this information. This is, blah, blah. I'm rambling now because it's 10:20. I need to go watch Big Brother. All right, guys, have a great night, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. All right, bye, guys.
Okay, bye.